Okay, welcome to Lab 5. This is the profile lab. So, a couple of things. Some people over the course of the semester have made some requests about sizing. I've increased the size of the view screen to be 125%, which you can do if you need to see that better as well, depending on the resolution of your screen and how it renders. You can go under View and you can change the virtual screen. Um, I had already modified the font size of the editor using the preferences section right here. So hopefully that helps people see the directory and other stuff a bit clearer. Um, this is all being shot in at minimum 1080p. So yeah, anyway, I also wanted to go over some debugging tools. So what I've done right now is I've served up this login.php page, but my background image isn't showing up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click in this space here and I'm going to inspect. And this developer tool is actually very, very helpful. You can see these console errors right here. The console is amazing. The console is your friend. And you can see down here in the lower right corner how there is this main-bg-.jpg. That is not showing up. 404 not found is bad. Anything in the 200 level is good. 500 level is a server error. That is like what I will demonstrate next. It means that that function doesn't exist, or there was some issue with serving the code and running the functions on the server. So 404 is just like that resource doesn't exist by that name at the very least, or it doesn't exist, period. So if I go back to here, this is in my images folder that this is trying to be called. So I need to figure out where this is. It's probably in my login.css because we try and have all that stuff in here. That the image that is there is this main-bg-1. So this is auto-saved. So if I just refresh the page, you can see the results. The other thing that I wanted to address is those 500 server errors that are giving people a lot of issues. I've made some modifications to this login helper, so when I try and log in, it's going to fail. So we're going to close out of this. And you guys who have experienced this will be very familiar with this HTTP 500 error. So why is that happening? It's a great question. I'm glad you asked. We're going to go and open up a new terminal. And we are going to go in the output section right here. And we're going to use this drop down right here, and we're going to select PHP server. And low, it's saying that on line 15, we have this issue right here. Well, my QLI underscore statement underscore init is not an actual method. So I'm going to go through and modify that. It's right there. And that's all the errors we're seeing right now. We are going to go back and reload the page. Still getting an error. So on line 20, there's another error. And that is another myQLI bind parameter. And that's on line 20 again. So I'm just going to scroll down and fix that. So take a look at these traces right here, these stack traces basically, and that should help you out. Again, it's this PHP server drop down right here. So make sure that you select the PHP server, and that should help you guys out. All right, now that this is working appropriately, it'll take us to our very basic profile page. We're kind of just getting started. We're also going to incorporate some logout functionality this week and close out our work on the login page. This is going to be helpful for you. Make sure that users are able to sign in, like regardless of the user. We're also incorporating some additional functionality using JavaScript, which I will provide for you. And so I will at least provide some of it for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to be able to click on this image right here, and we're going to be able to upload a completely different one. That's fine. All right, so we have a preview going on right here, and we're going to upload that. And then notice that it stays. I can refresh this page as many times as I want, and it doesn't disappear. We also are displaying the username of this individual right here. So you can do some formatting. You can apply stuff like that. If you want like a Twitter-like handle, you could just put an @ symbol before we get the username as it's stored in our database. We haven't done anything with a bio yet. We may or may not do that. We're going to leave the option here for the time being. But yeah, so this is more or less what we're working towards this week. And that's how to do some basic debugging.